hope you're all well, and I'm not gonna lie, it's currently a heat wave going on in England, which I'm not complaining about, but I'm a wee bit sweaty right now. I didn't want to put my fan on just because otherwise I'll have this like constant noise going on in the background, but yeah, I'm a wee bit sweaty this week, so bear with me whilst I power through. But yeah, hope everyone's well. I hope you enjoyed my last YouTube video. It was a lot of fun to film and kind of try out a different video. But what I wanted to talk about today is go through some of my June favourites. I've kind of got a mixture of fitness favourites, hair care, skincare, makeup, and kind of little things that I'm finding that I'm loving at the moment, especially in this weather. So yeah. First thing that I'm going to start with, I think, is hair care. So all of my girls that have got long hair will know is that let's not beat around the bush, literally the bush, the hair bush, not the other kind of bush. But one thing that's a bit of a chore is washing your hair. So I wash my hair twice a week. I know some guys watching this are probably going to be like, ugh, that's disgusting. But I tend to find, because one, I want to keep my hair colour, I dye my hair black. And two, I find that my hair ends up in a better condition and it kind of gets used to it. It's mad to think that a couple of years ago I'd wash my hair every day, whereas now, twice a week, does me fine and my hair feels a lot better for it. So, when it comes to long hair, what you'll tend to find is when you use shampoo, it's really hard to get a good kind of lather without using loads of shampoo. Recently, I think the most common shampoo that I've used is Herbal Essences, the one for coloured hair. But I tend to find, because I also use heated rollers on my hair now, I need something that is going to keep it in a good condition and also stay clean. So I've recently bought and been trying the Pantene, which is, I guess, like a classic hair care product. I know my nan uses Pantene as well, so the smell reminds me of her. But I use the Pantene Pro V Repair and Protect shampoo. First thing that I love about it is that you can get it where the shampoo's a bigger size than conditioner, because obviously I tend to use less conditioner than shampoo. It's got a really nice kind of fruity, fresh smell to it, and I can tend to use like a 50 size pence amount is plenty for my hair. Like if I'm using another shampoo, say Herbal Essences, it doesn't tend to lather up as well. So yeah, it says it gently cleanses whilst giving hair active Pro V nutrients, and I used this when I washed my hair the other day and it just felt really shiny. It feels in a really good condition, and it smelled really nice as well. So obviously I've got the matching conditioner, but if you're looking for like a good shampoo that does the job, I know a lot of celebrities, you know, Ellie Goulding uses Pantene apparently as well. So yeah, I've been loving that. Skincare, if you'd watched my previous skincare routine video, I talked about like the skincare that I'm currently using. Because my skin is really sensitive, I have to be really careful about using products that are fragrance free, that still moisturise my skin and aren't going to be that bad. So I was looking for an eye cream. I wanted one that wasn't too expensive, that is a fairly small size that I can take away travelling with me, because I tend to sort of visit the UK, and I went to Europe last weekend for example. And I feel like now I'm 26, I do want to start at least, even though I can't use kind of rich products on my face, I still want something that's going to help ward off any signs of aging on my eyes. So I found on Amazon the Nip and Fab. It says the Nip and Fab Fix range, the No Needle Fix Eye. And it says it's a 3-in-1 formula that reduces the appearance of puffiness, dark circles and premature aging. And it says pat a tiny amount along your brow bone and under your eye area. So I don't know where I learnt this tip. I think I learnt it from probably a shopping channel when I was younger. I used to watch it because it used to help me relax, which is a bit cringy. But I normally use this finger, so my ring finger, because apparently when you put eye cream on, it's the lightest area of your face. So I put it underneath my eye, on the brow bone. It was £7, so not too expensive. I love the size of it because it's great for travel, and so far, again, I've only been using it for a couple of weeks, so I'm not going to be able to be like, oh my god, like I don't, touch wood, have a lot of lines under my eyes yet, but I find that it's not too heavy. I don't think it hasn't really got a smell to it either, which is good for me, because obviously a lot of my skincare has got to be fragrance free and you only need a tiny amount, so I've been enjoying that. Makeup wise, funny thing with me when it comes to makeup is that I kind of like a kind of pin-up Dita Von Teese style makeup, but I like to do it with a modern twist. So even though like my skin is quite matte, I still like to have like a highlight, and I like my skin to kind of look fresh and youthful, not too overly contoured, and I just like it to look really natural. With this weather, I have gradually fallen more and more in love with setting sprays. Didn't really ever use them on me when we were filming because I tend to get quite like shiny, and it doesn't look that good on camera, but these bad boys, one, I found like a new use for them that I would never have worked out before. So I tend to do it where after work I might be going out meeting a company after work, and I tend to find, because I work 9 till 5, I don't know if you can hear my Lulu barking. He's still going. But yeah, I'm just going to carry on. So when I've been at work all day, you obviously haven't got the time, if you're going straight from work, to kind of take your makeup off and reapply foundation. So what I used one of these setting spray kind of primer waters just throughout the day, just to kind of keep my skin nice and moist. And I find that when I spray this right before putting sort of concealer on to touch up, my skin just looked refreshed. So it is basically like a quick fix in refreshing your makeup, so I'm obsessed with them. I bought this one ages ago, and it seems really good. It's the Primark PS Beauty Primer Water. It says it preps skin for makeup application, hydrates and refreshes, and it's silicone free, alcohol free and oil free. It's just really refreshing, so I sprayed this on before I went out after work and it did the job. In the same vein, because the weather has obviously been really hot at the moment, I saw that Makeup Revolution, their I Heart range, has brought out some fixing sprays, and they were scented, so I was really torn between this one and the green tea one, because now that the weather's really hot, like, I love the feeling of like being able to, before I put my makeup on, throughout the day, just being able to freshen up my skin. So this is the I Heart Revolution fixing spray in the cucumber scent. Not that expensive, because obviously I'm newer to fixing sprays and I kind of want to just gradually worm my way through them. But yeah, it's really refreshing. I do want to get MAC Fix Plus. That is going to be on my shopping list once I get paid. But for now, this is great. I put it on before I apply my makeup, if I'm touching my face up, and it's perfect. In the same kind of vein, at the moment, obviously I like my L'Oreal foundation, which if you've watched one of my other favourites in my makeup bag, you'll see that I love that one. What I've been doing in this weather, I'm a big fan of MAC Face and Body as like a body makeup. They'd always use that on me on the show. I know Caroline Flack is a fan of it as well for her legs. It just makes your skin look really kind of, it's almost like a kind of a tight kind of effect, so it gives your skin like a nice sheen and a bit of coverage, and it just makes your muscles and everything pop on camera. So I'm shade C2. I definitely want to buy the bigger like makeup professional size, but what I've been doing recently, because the weather's been hot and I've wanted to kind of sheer my makeup out, is I've been mixing this in with my normal foundation, and yeah, I've been absolutely loving it, because it's not too much coverage, but then it still is kind of like a second skin. It makes your skin look really natural, really fresh. It's great for shearing out any higher coverage foundations, and I just love it. It's kind of got this lovely kind of watery texture, and it just makes your skin look really good. I'm obsessed with it. So like when I've put it on my hand now, it covers everything, but it just feels great on the skin, so I've been loving that. Makeup Revolution makeup favourites. Another little dupe for you. So one of my favourite products for my brow bone and in the corner of my eyes, occasionally I'll use it to highlight as well, is the MAC Vanilla Pigment. Again, I always sign up to Makeup Revolution's mailing list, so I always know when they've brought out something new, and I saw that they brought out glitter pigments, but they've also brought out pearl crushed pigments, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, if they've got one that's really similar to MAC Vanilla, I'm gonna buy it. So I bought this one. It's the Makeup Revolution crushed pearl pigment in the shade Saint. It's in the shade Saint, and it's a really nice product. It's just as good as the MAC one, probably even a bit better, more pigmented. It's a white kind of cool tone shimmery white with, I would say it's kind of like silver reflex in it. And it's very similar to Matte Vanilla, and I've been loving it every day, because I even find if I've just done a winged liner and nothing else, just popping this on the brow bone, even with no eye makeup, it looks great. There's one other product that I'm going to get. I've just reached out of my handbag, which I've been obsessed with. I've got a few compliments on it as well. So like in work, like a guy in my office was like, someone sprayed something and it smells amazing. And that for me is like the true test. So I've always been a big fan of the Britney Spears Fantasy perfumes. And I've got the Midnight Fantasy, which is the blue one. And I've got the Normal Fantasy, which is the pink one. I bought ages ago like a little 30ml size bottle of this perfume. It's the Britney Spears Intimate Fantasy, and it's gorgeous. It's literally like quite a feminine scent, very vanilla-y, so it does kind of remind me of the original Fantasy, but it's got kind of a really nice kind of sexy softness to it. I think guys would love this scent because it's kind of got that vanilla note to it. And my mum basically pinched it from my room, the 30ml bottle. So I bought one for her and I bought one for myself, and it's £14 for 100ml on Amazon, so it's an absolute bargain. And it just smells so gorgeous. Really vanilla-y, really soft, but then it's got like a kind of like sweetness. It's got a bit of like a, I don't know, like a, I'm not great at describing scents, but if you like the Fantasy perfumes, if you particularly like the pink one, the original Fantasy, you'll love this. It's just really soft, but really kind of sexy and girly. And yeah, I've been loving that. Two other makeup favourites. So I was going to show my original Safe X Makeup Revolution palette, but it's absolutely battered where I've used it so much. So the lid's come off. Some of the shadows, because the lid's off, it's then had like where I've put my nail in, which is, there's nothing worse. So I love the original Safe palette. It's got a good mixture of neutrals and brights, and I've been literally taking it everywhere with me recently to do my makeup, and I've been loving it. And I feel like it goes really well with the new palette, which I've been absolutely obsessed with. So this is the Safe X Revolution Extra Spice palette, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm trying not to blind you or show like my camera, but yeah. I was going to open this one and show you, but I don't want to show you my sort of slightly mucked up palette. But this one, the only thing I would say that it's missing is I would have loved it if it had just a white shade that could be used all over the lid, because a lot of the time I use like a concealer pot to set my eye makeup, and I like to just put a powder down to stop my gel liner from sort of creasing into my lid. But the one thing that I love about this palette, I mean this palette is still great, but I found that these shimmery eyeshadows are more of a foiled effect. So I've been loving for my everyday makeup using conveniently the shimmery pink shade called Everyday. Running late, again really ironically, I just used that and I buffed that through the lid. So I used that today, and then I think I used Chocolate Orange in my crease. So yeah, I've been loving this palette. I used it last weekend when I went to York for the races. And I feel like these two, they're a great size, they're perfect for travel. They've literally got so many like different range of shades. So Sophie, so Safe X Does Nails here on YouTube's absolutely smashed it. My final favourites are kind of fitness related. So I have been loving, I've briefly mentioned this in one of my mukbangs, Mary Windsor Pilates. First of all, it's really sad that she's got ALS now, because I can imagine from what I've read online of her, she's helped so many people. So Mary Windsor is a Pilates instructor. She was really popular in the 80s and 90s, especially in America, because she brought out one of those kind of shopping channel workout DVDs. I then found her through the Gaia app, which I use for kind of meditations and yoga and law of attraction kind of videos. And I genuinely just found her workouts and started doing them. I then realised when I was doing her workouts, I thought I recognise that name. So I've got Dita Von Teese's beauty book called Your Beauty Mark, and funnily enough, Mary Windsor was Dita Von Teese's trainer, and at the moment, like, I'm obsessed with Dita Von Teese, with her body, with her makeup, and she swears by Pilates, in particular Mary Windsor. So I was doing her workouts on the Gaia app, And then I found that a lot of her old workout DVDs, so the old-fashioned VHSs, which are like a 20-minute and an hour workout, are on YouTube now. So what I might do is I might link some of my like absolute favourite workouts of hers below. I have also, I believe, got a playlist, so I think what I'm going to do is if I can make the playlist public, I'll make the playlist public for you. I'll link it below, and it's got some of my favourite of her workout routines, which are just fantastic. So I don't know if you can see, like from looking at my arms, I'm still doing my Hannah Eden daily workouts, but I'm just finding that even on my rest days, I'm just finding like such a difference in the leanness of my muscles. Being 5'1", I tend to find it that when I sort of lift weights, obviously like it'll affect me, it'll give me a shape, it'll give me tone, but then also I don't want to look kind of stumpy and short. I want my muscles to look nice and lean and elegant and kind of like a dancer or even a model. I'm obviously not a model, but one day, like anyone who wants, you know, it's the dream to actually even vaguely appear like a model. Even 10% is my goal. So I've been loving her Pilates workouts. I'm noticing a great difference, as good of a workout as, say, doing donkey kicks on my glutes. I swear by her leg workouts and her leg stretches, and the difference that it's made on my core and on my stomach by sort of squeezing in, and just in general, I'm absolutely loving it. One final thing, it arrived today, I haven't opened it yet, but I follow Sophie, I think her surname's Sophie Jude, on Instagram, and I think she follows me on Instagram now, so hi if you're watching. But yeah, I've been following her for a while. I think she won Miss Slinky at Slimming World this year. I pay monthly for the Slimming World magazine, so it gets posted to me once it's come out. She's on the cover this month. I messaged her because it was on her Twitter. No, it was on Slimming World's Twitter that they said, oh, this is the sneak preview of this month's cover. And I saw it and I was like, this is definitely that girl, Sophie, that I follow on Instagram. So I messaged her on Instagram because I kind of know what it's like when you want to reveal something. So like when I was on Take Me Out, I wanted it to be a secret, and I wanted it to have that moment where I reveal what's actually, you know, happening. And I hate the thought of someone taking that away from her by sort of sharing the tweet. So I private messaged her on Instagram going, just a heads up, pretty sure that's you on the cover. They've tweeted about it. She tweeted me back, and she looks gorgeous on the cover. So I love the Slimming World magazine for recipes, and I'm really looking forward to reading this month. So yeah, those are my favourites this month. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, my social media links are below. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Let me know. And I'll see you next week. Bye guys.